Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're cutting through the noise. We're looking at how real-time conversations, the stuff you see on platforms like X, can offer some really surprising insights into our, well, rapidly changing world.
Exactly.
Our mission is basically to take a collection of these trending posts, the stories behind them, and pull out the most important bits of knowledge, the surprising facts, to give you a genuine shortcut to being, well, truly well-informed.
hmm
We're going to touch on quite a bit the latest in AI, global economics, some surprising truths maybe about our food chain and how public discussion is being shaped online. Okay,
And,
let's unpack this.
and what's fascinating here is how these posts, they might seem separate, right? But when you look a bit deeper, they reveal these interconnected trends. It gives you crucial context.
Okay.
While the posts themselves are interesting, sure, the real value for you, I think, lies in grasping the why behind the forces driving these talks.
Understanding the undercurrents.
Precisely. It's a great chance to quickly synthesize all this diverse information, spot patterns, and really connect the dots.
Absolutely. So let's jump right in. First theme, technology and AI. It just keeps moving, doesn't it?
Relentlessly.
We're kicking things off with a post from @RayFernando1337. He shared some pretty exciting news about Cursor's AI coding pricing. Ray seemed genuinely thrilled.
Oh, yeah. What's the scoop?
He highlighted their new $20 a month Pro Plan Unlimited AI coding request there, and then a $200 a month Ultra Plan. That one's got 20x usage, max context windows, PR indexing, priority access, the works.
Okay, so Cursor's making a big move. Strategically, that's pretty smart. It's a direct shot at rivals like Claude Code right in the middle of this booming demand for AI coding tools.
Makes sense.
Offering unlimited at that price point, that grabs a lot of users. And then the premium tier for power users needing those max context windows.
Okay, so max context windows, for listeners maybe not deep in coding, what does that actually mean for a developer day to day?
Great question. Max context basically means the AI can remember and process a lot more of your code, your project files, all at once.
Ah, okay.
Imagine feeding it a huge code base and asking it to understand how hundreds of files connect. For complex software, it's crucial. The AI gives much better suggestions, finds bugs across files. It's like a smarter assistant.
That makes perfect sense. And here's where it gets really interesting for those developers. A 2024 study, I think from the Journal of Software Engineering Research, found AI-assisted coding boosts productivity by, get this, 55% when using advanced context windows.
Wow, 55%. That figure right there shows exactly why Cursor's focus on max context is so attractive, especially for pros.
Yeah.
But don't overlook that PR indexing bit in the Ultra plan. It sounds minor, but it taps into this 2025 trend, Search Engine Land mentioned it, where AI searches using PR data more.
Huh, interesting.
So for those Ultra users, it could give them an edge, not just in coding, but in how their work gets seen by AI search. It sort of connects the code to the market visibility.
Fascinating connection. Okay, so while smaller players like Cursor are tweaking pricing, what are the giants doing, like Google? At Google, just announced Gemini 2.5 Flash and 2.5 Pro are out of beta, stable release.
Yeah, available now in AI Studio, Vertex AI, and the Gemini app.
Right.
And this is a significant leap. Remember Gemini 1.0 back in 2024?
Mm-hmm.
Google's own research showed it beating models like GPT-3 in multimodal tasks.
I remember that, yeah.
Now, 2.5 Flash and Pro take it further. The imagery they used in the postcode icons, wave pattern, it's not just graphics. It symbolizes better coding, better reasoning. And a 2025 Google Cloud study backs this up. 2.5 Flashlight apparently beat its predecessor by up to 15% in key benchmarks like math and science.
Okay, and for, those of us not building AI models, AI Studio, Vertex AI, the Gemini app, what do these platforms mean? Who gets access?
Good question. So these are basically Google's main gateways. AI Studio is more for developers experimenting rapid prototyping with Gemini. Vertex AI is the big enterprise platform for businesses deploying AI at scale. And the Gemini app is, well, for everyday users interacting directly with the model.
Got it.
So this announcement opens up these advanced AI capabilities to really everyone from hobbyists to huge companies.
But there's always a but, isn't there?
Well, yeah, this raises an important question. What about those AI overviews in search results? There are growing concerns.
You mean the summaries Google puts at the top?
Exactly. A 2024 analysis by Blend B2B found something like a 20% drop in website click-through rates since those became common.
Ouch. 20%.
Yeah, it directly challenges Google's narrative that it's all just about helping users get instant answers. It sparks this big debate about the impact on creators, people who need that traffic.
Right, their livelihood depends on clicks.
It puts Google in a tricky spot, balancing user convenience against, well, the health of the open web.
So what's the bigger takeaway here from all this tech talk? For us as users, as creators, the AI landscape is changing so fast.
It really is.
The tools get more powerful. But how we find information, how content creators survive, it feels like that's all still very much up in the air.
Absolutely. Power is shifting.
Yeah.
AI is becoming this filter, sometimes even a creator itself. For users, yeah, quicker answers maybe, but potentially less exposure to diverse sources.
Right.
For creators, it means adapting. Your content might get summarized, bypassed entirely. You have to rethink how you provide value.
Okay, let's shift gears from the digital frontier to global affairs market trends.
Yeah.
How these big economic and geopolitical shifts ripple out. Next post is from @WatcherGuru. Just a breaking news alert. Josti Ayansit exempts crypto capital gains tax for 5 years. Simple, but significant.
Whoa, that is significant. A massive policy shift for Thailand. They used to tax crypto as property, right? Sometimes quite heavily.
Yeah.
This could really pull in global investors, boost local innovation, especially now. I mean, look at Bitcoin. CoinMarketCap data shows it surged 20% just last month. Thailand clearly wants to be a crypto hub.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this isn't just Thailand acting alone, is it?
No, not at all. It fits a growing pattern. Japan started moving this way back in 2017. The EU, even earlier, 2015, after that European court ruling, basically said crypto is currency for tax, not property.
Right.
It signals this broader shift. Governments aren't just looking to tax crypto anymore. They're trying to actively foster innovation, trying to capture that economic upside.
And you could definitely see the reaction on X. Immediately bullish, everyone piling in. It's a fascinating market psychology, isn't it?
It is. But, we need a bit of nuance here. Tax breaks often cause those short-term spikes, that bull run excitement.
Sure.
But looking back, like at the 2021 bull run, sustained growth needs more. It needs clear regulations, wider adoption, not just initial hype.
So the excitement is often speculative.
Often, yeah.
Yeah.
Real long-term growth needs that solid foundation, the infrastructure, clear rules of the game, more than just a tax break.
Okay, from market shifts to something much more dramatic. Unusual Whales posted about a chilling announcement. Breaking! Iranian State TV has said, tonight a great surprise will occur, one that the world will remember for centuries.
Wow, that's quite a pronouncement.
Yeah.
And the timing.
Yeah.
It comes in this incredibly tense geopolitical moment, doesn't it? Right after recent escalations with Israel.
Exactly. That June 13th Israeli strike, then the Iranian drone retaliation. The Council on Foreign Relations reported on all that. The air is already thick. And adding another layer here, Newsweek recently reported Iran banned government officials from using electronic devices. Suspected Israeli cyber attack.
Right. Which makes you wonder.
What does that mean for this surprise?
Yeah, this raises an important question. Could the surprise be linked to that? Maybe leveraging disrupted communications, revealing something kept offline, or maybe unveiling new military tech they developed quietly.
It's hard to say.
But here's something else, often missed in the immediate drama. BlackRock's AI listed Iran as a prime location for explosive growth in, get this, demolition to redevelopment. Despite the conflict.
Wait, BlackRock looking at Iran for demolition to redevelopment? That seems counterintuitive, to say the least.
It really does. But it suggests some major financial players are looking past the conflict, thinking about post-conflict reconstruction.
A perverse investment opportunity, almost.
You could put it that way. Demolition to redevelopment implies seeing the destruction as a chance for future building. And AIP's $30 billion infrastructure plan for the region supports this idea too.
So underlying economic motives possibly influencing the timing of this dramatic announcement.
It certainly raises questions. Even amid high tension, long-term economic interests might be subtly shaping events, thinking about future landscapes.
Okay, staying on Iran but shifting focus slightly. Charlie Kirk 11 posted, referencing Vice President Vance and sharing a 2015 clip of Donald Trump, pledging to stop Iran getting nuclear weapons.
Right. And what's maybe surprising is the consistency in Trump's Iran policy over the last decade. The focus has almost always been on stopping nukes, not necessarily regime change.
Which differs from some other U.S. approaches.
Yeah, contrasts quite sharply with some other strategies in the region. That focus on non-proliferation has been a pretty steady theme for him.
And is that stance still relevant now? Do current assessments back it up?
Absolutely. Look at recent developments. The U.S. intelligence community's assessment in March 2025, Tulsi Gabbard mentioned it stated clearly Iran is not currently building a nuke.
Okay.
And VP Vance himself, 9net News reported in May 2025, has been emphasizing diplomatic efforts to keep it that way. So yeah, that 2015 pledge still seems aligned with current intelligence and diplomacy.
So taking all this in Thailand's crypto move, the Iran situation, the political stances, what's the overall takeaway on global currents? It really highlights how interconnected everything is, right?
Definitely.
One event triggers market reactions, geopolitical tension flares, and there are often these hidden economic layers underneath it all.
Precisely. It's a constant reminder that beneath the headlines, you've got these complex, multi-layered forces, national strategies, investment bets, all messing with the delicate balance of power and global stability.
Okay, let's transition now. How do social platforms reflect, maybe even shape our society? From what we eat to how we see public figures, media.
The social mirror.
Yeah. Our next post is from @WallStreetApes. They flag something as very concerning: how fast chickens reach market weight in the U.S. now. It used to take a year, they say. Now it's just 8 weeks, even for organic birds.
8 weeks. Wow. That rapid growth, yeah, it raises huge concerns. Not just the speed, but how they achieve it. Makes you question what's in the feed, right? Especially undisclosed growth promoters.
Undisclosed.
Yeah, what's really alarming is that farmers are often contractually forbidden from even knowing the exact feed mix they're using. That's a major transparency gap.
And it's not just the feed, is it? It's the breeds, too.
Exactly. It's this industrial system. They use genetically selected fast-growing breeds, like the Cornish cross, specifically engineered for quick weight gain. But it can also involve, well, potentially harmful additives, things like synthetic amino acids to build muscle fast, even arsenic-based compounds historically used for growth and meat color, despite the health risks.
Arsenic. Seriously.
It has been used, yes. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, these practices aren't just about speed. They're strongly linked to public health risks. Think antibiotic-resistant bacteria in chicken.
Right, I've heard about that.
A Consumer Reports investigation found over 60% of raw chicken samples were contaminated. And what's maybe more concerning? The government support, the subsidies for the poultry industry, often accept, even enforce these practices, despite the health worries.
So there's a disconnect between policy and public health.
A significant one.
Yeah.
Places like the Johns Hopkins Center for a Livable Future have documented this extensively.
Okay, moving from our plates to our screens. California Governor Gavin Newsom, @Gavin Newsom, he announced he's launching on Substack, said he wants to flood the zone, counter right-wing disinformation.
Substack. Interesting choice. It's known for long-form stuff, direct community building between writers and readers. Very strategic for a politician like Newsom.
Why strategic now?
Well, the timing's potent. California just overtook Japan, right? World's 4th largest economy now. Newsom's clearly using that economic clout, his platform, to shape the narrative directly, kind of bypassing traditional media.
And the timing of the announcement itself felt very deliberate. Coincided with that live chat he did with Aaron Parnas, the Democratic strategist.
Exactly. Seems like a calculated effort to reach younger voters, amplify his message using modern channels. Parnas has a big TikTok following, right? It's a very 2025 political play.
Definitely. Okay, next up, @StabbyDoge posted about Elon Musk sharing his medical report. No drug use found. Doge designer framed it as a direct slap in the face to legacy media.
Right, I saw that. The report showed negative for things like benzodiazepines, cocaine, opioids, with a low detection limit, suggesting a pretty thorough screen.
Which clashes with some recent media reports.
It certainly contrasts with claims from outlets like the New York Times, The Guardian.
Yeah.
Their 2025 articles alleged frequent ketamine, ecstasy use. This report definitely suggests potential media exaggeration, maybe even misinformation there.
What about the report's credibility, though, and the context?
Well, the report does show validity checks, normal creatinine, negative adulteration tests, aligns with SAMHSA guidelines, the federal standards.
Okay.
But, and it's a key but, there's no independent verification. It came from Musk's team. And the context is interesting, too, given his reported special government employee status.
How does that status play into it?
Well, that status might exempt him from the really strict federal drug policies that apply to many government folks. So releasing this specific report could be addressing a slightly different standard, perhaps. It feels like a strategic move. Countering narratives amid all this public interest in his health lately, family claims, media speculation, especially as his influence maybe in the Trump administration grows.
Okay, so from Musk's health to his view on the media itself, At Elon Musk posted that satirical image, the Wall Street Journal logo changed to "We suck at journalism."
Yeah, that's classic Musk, isn't it? Fits right in with his history of public feuds, calling out media he sees as biased or just plain wrong.
He does have a history there.
Remember his clash with Trump just in June 2025?
Yeah.
Or back in 2020, China pulling WSJ credentials? And maybe relevant, the WSJ's own 2015 study found it least likely to highlight global warming negatives, which for some might raise questions about its credibility. And this raises an important question, the timing. His post hits right as online skepticism towards legacy media seems really high. That 2023 Reuters Institute report, trust in news down to 40% globally.
Wow, only 40%.
For Musk's jab, it probably lands perfectly with a big chunk of his audience who already distrust mainstream media. It just amplifies his point for them.
Okay, last one for the segment, and it's a bit different. A post from @Greg1667Sun35420, just a photo, but it drew some really unexpectedly harsh comments about the people's appearance, even their supposed smell.
Yeah, that one was interesting. What's fascinating is how it reflects these societal biases against certain maybe more casual fashion choices. The guy's striped shirt, the woman's light blue dress.
But weren't those styles kind of trendy?
Ironically, yes.
Yeah.
Those casual looks actually align with some 2025 celebrity trends. Woman at Home mentioned that casual chic thing back in February.
So they were kind of on trend, but still got negative comments.
Exactly. Despite the casual setting, the harsh reactions suggest maybe this cultural moment where we're intensely scrutinizing personal style, perhaps influenced by all those super polished celebrity images we see constantly, creates an unrealistic standard.
Maybe.
And here's a surprising insight. A 2019 Frontiers in Psychology study looked at smell cues and social judgment. It found negative assumptions about smell, like in those comments, often come from unconscious bias, from stereotypes, not actual evidence.
So people project negativity onto others who don't fit their perceived norms.
Pretty much. It's a quick judgment based on very little.
So what does this all mean for how we judge people online, often with zero real context? How our own biases just sort of leak out.
Yeah.
It's a powerful reminder of those snap judgments we make online and how easily they can be based on just assumptions.
It really highlights that gap between what we see and what we assume, doesn't it? A real lesson in maybe critical empathy online.
Well, we have covered a lot of ground today. Phew. From AI's edge, global economics shifting sands, surprising food chain stuff, and that social media mirror.
Yeah, quite a mix.
These deep dives really show the intricate links, don't they? Often hidden connections between tech, world events, and just the fabric of our daily lives.
Absolutely. And maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. As this digital fire hose of information just keeps getting more intense, how might your own critical thinking need to evolve? Not just to see what's trending, but to really ask why it resonates so much. What deeper societal patterns, maybe about our collective attention, our anxieties, perhaps even our unconscious biases, what might it all reveal?
That's a deep question. Something definitely worth pondering long after this deep dive ends. Indeed. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Keep that informed curiosity burning, and we'll be here to help you unpack the next big stories.